in his place. Christine's in her place. That must mean we're ready to play Craft Roulette, and we will in just a few minutes. I am Mary Gunn of Mary Gunn Fun, your intrepid host of Craft Roulette, and we're so glad you're joining us whenever you're joining us. If you're live, yay, it's a party time. If you're watching a replay, thank you, and please leave us a comment. We'd love to hear from you. What is Craft Roulette? Well, in a nutshell, it is the ultimate paper crafting card making game show challenge, and we are live almost every week, but we always save a space for you. Come on in, sit down, have a nice little time with us. If you like card making, that's what we're going to do. We don't know what yet. We're not going to teach you anything, so if you want teaching, that's not us. But if you want to just hang out and see what happens, that's us. Want to welcome back the friends of Shannon Pelletier. She was here last week. A lot of fun meeting her. I know that one of our patrons said it was so much fun to meet her that they really liked her videos and they had not heard of her before. So another thing that Craft Roulette does is bring on guests every week. And we have some fantastic guests every single week. And we have one tonight. We haven't seen her in a while. I'm glad to tell you guys she's as busy as ever, but we're so happy that she's carving out a few minutes to spend with us. She is the Purple Princess, and we're going to bring her on in just a little bit. If you were enjoying those cards before the show started, those are the cards that were submitted last week based on 4 parameters that we got. And you guys took it way out in left field and over the wall. It was wonderful. You did great. We had wonderful parameters. They were just about a week ago. We were going, I don't know what to do with these. But then you just let those well-kissed minds take over, those stretchy pants a little bit, here, stretchy pants there, and you make something wonderful. We had 317 cards. If you did send in a card, you are eligible for a prize at the end of the show, so stick around. We have 8 videos, process videos based on those 4 parameters. That is such a cool thing to me. I love it. And we also have 2 bonus cards. I may talk about that later. I may forget, but you can check it out. Everything is over on craftroulette.live. Tons of information like how we got this show started. What's Team Purple? What's Team Orange? What the heck is a mask? It's all over there just for you to find out on your own. Housekeeping, Mr. Producer has been working. He is the tech man behind the curtain, and he has been working so hard for the last... and he also has the buttons, and he just gave himself an applause. He has been working really hard on making our patron site better and including everything, but we're going to be expanding even more. And we are also going to be making things better as we go along. It's an incredible site. I'm very excited to see what happens and see how you guys use it. If you don't mind giving us a thumbs up, yeah, I had an accident a couple weeks now, and I've got a gnarly looking scar right here, as ugly as. So I'm doing my Michael Jackson, okay, Thriller, yeah. Except instead of Thriller, I'm going to say it's Glitter. I'm working on a song. Anyway, so that's what this is about. If you would give us a thumbs up with a thumb or a dressed thumb or a non-dressed thumb, it's fine with us. And we called them Vinnies, and we always appreciate it when you do that. Share with a friend as well. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, we would appreciate that. Tons! We would like to thank our spin sponsors for the month. Let's bring them on. We have Sweet November stamps. They have such cute things. And Amy Young makes the most pretty coloring little cards you've ever seen. Waffle Flower has joined us for the first time. Really glad to have them. And I've got where is that? Oh, it's right here. That cool die. Oh, man, it's good. Bloom Daily Planners. I've got mine for 2024. Have you gotten yours? We do have affiliate links, and everything is over on our website. And discounts on some. And Purple Onion Designs, which I have been having fun getting to know as well. We thank you guys for coming along, giving away gift certificates to our card contributors when they win. And it's great. We just really appreciate it. We are not sponsored by those companies. We are economically financially sponsored by our Patreons. And we thank you so much, patrons, for coming alongside and saying, hey, you're doing something kind of fun on Friday nights, and we want to support you so that you'll keep coming back. And we have a couple new patrons. I forgot to thank you and welcome you last week, so we have all thrown in here. Shannon Smith, Jan Cam, Jan, Philip B., and Alana Worstein. Thank you so much for joining our Patreon group. We appreciate you saying, hey, I want to be in and support this fun Friday night thing. We do have an all-patron call tomorrow. So I will put that on our Patreon blog after the show if I remember. So don't forget. But the one-click access will be on our dashboard on craftroulette.live. They're in two different places. I know it's a little confusing. We're working on that. But that's what's going on there. Everybody is eligible to be on that call. We have a third show called The Patron Show, and I want to say thank you to Smurf Murphy for joining us this week as our mystery patron, guest, co-host. And this is Smurf's third anniversary because she started watching Craft Roulette when Christine was here 3 years ago. So this is her third Smurfiversary. And so it's a big week. She's our chair dancer. It's fun. By the way, there's no free level for our Patreon groups. They have that on the Patreon blog, but it doesn't exist. This is our free level. This and then our Tuesday show. So don't sign up for that because it doesn't really exist. Do want to thank Marianne Hill for this beautiful Christmassy jumper for Mr. Mike, and I did put on his Team Purple. It's not that he's a really bad dresser, but I put on the Team Purple because Chris is such a purple princess. I wanted to honor her. We do have some merchandise as well. We have a stamp set and a die set, all about the wheel and those pesky parameters that give us nightmares about robots and purses and all sorts of things. You guys support us so well. We do appreciate you a ton. So that's enough for me. Oh, wait, I have one other thing. I wanted to say, get better, Mr. Alicia Harper. I hear you're in the hospital. I'm sorry to hear that. Please get better. We would love that so that Alicia can get in her craft room sooner than later. Please welcome, Craft Roulette, warm welcome, live from the Hive in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin, our purple princess friend, Christine Bertram.
Yay!
Yay! She's got her purple on.
And I got my purple pen ready to make notes.
Welcome back. It's been a while.
Thank you. It has. I was trying to think back when it was because we missed August.
Yeah.
It was March or April, maybe?
Yeah, probably March. So have you just been sitting around on the couch eating bonbons?
Yeah, I like to tease. I've been sitting around eating bonbons and watching the daytime soap operas, just kicking back and relaxing.
Restless. Yeah.
Well, Young and the Restless. Yeah, exactly. Or like, was it General Hospital or something?
As the World Turns.
As the World Turns. Yes.
We could start a new one called As the World Crafts.
No, as the craft wheel turns.
Yes, that's right. We got that right here.
You have your own craft wheel.
We're gonna spin it. I loved As the World Turns. I watched it as a child. Well, tell us a little bit about yourself, because there may be one or two people that have not met you.
That don't know me. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm from Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. It's we were talking about this earlier. It means foot of the lake in French. I've been here in this area most of my life. I did move away in my mid-20s to go down to live in, actually, of all places, Miami. The company I worked for had some headquarters or some satellite office down there. And so I was able to go live 5 years of my life down in Miami. And then after I was good with that, I came back. Otherwise, I've been in this area for the whole time. I started stamping when I was 2. I'm just kidding. But I have been stamping for 23 years. It was probably the year of 1999 or 2000 when I actually first stamped and made a card. And it all started with heat embossing. I think a lot of people can relate to that whole magical feeling of that powder melting and giving it that glossy look, and just it's mesmerizing. It makes the heart melt. Yep. And I guess my joke is that I was only going to own 2 stamp sets. I was going to have maybe 3, a feminine set, a masculine set, and a Christmas set.
Well, that's pretty smart,
that's
really.
Yeah, that was the goal. That's all I ever need, because I don't need another hobby.
No.
Oh yeah. So now you look at, I added on studio to my house. It was actually in 2020. I'm celebrating. It's really funny because the first time we did a live with you with Craft Roulette, I was up in my craft room, in my little baby craft room upstairs, and we were doing Skype then too. And I was worried about the internet, and I moved into we call it the Hive. We moved into the Hive. My first class was December 2nd of 2020. And then Craft Roulette was like that coming week. I think the 5th or the something 4th, whatever that was. And
yeah,
so we do lots of in-person classes here, and I do lots of online classes. I have a YouTube channel, and I do many classes a week. People that do follow me, I'm going to start my year-end guessing game. I started this last year where people can guess how many cards did we kit up this year? How many classes did we have? How many? Just all these questions that blow your mind. Cause last year I think we kitted up 20,400 cards that got basically kitted up for classes. And this year, I think we already had beaten that back sometime in fall.
Well, I will just jump in because I want to brag on Christine a lot. She does work all the time. That was one of the reasons I asked her on, because I kept seeing her. You were on Facebook then. And I kept seeing Christine Bertram doing a class. And she's on all the time. I might as well just have her on. I don't know this person, but she's doing incredible stuff. And so you came on, and I don't know where you were in the Stampin' Up! Hierarchy at that point, but my dear girl here was number 11 in Stampin' Up! Last year.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Labor of love. I would have to think, if I was 11 this year, I was 20 last year. The year before I was 37, and the year before that I was somewhere in the 50s. So it must have been the year that in 2020 I was like 50. So the last 4 years I've inched my way up.
Yeah. So if you go up 9 more this time, like you did 20 to 11, if you do 9 more, that you're going to be number 2 next year. You can do it.
That's a noble thought, but I also think about how much more time and energy do I have to get to that point. And there's got to be a balance between the whole having a life. Not really, but I mean, the great thing about this is I love doing everything that I do, right?
And it
never feels like work to me.
Right.
I could cut paper at 3 a.m. and I'd be like, oh, this is good. I love it. I could be answering emails at 3 a.m. People see emails from me all hours of the day, because if we're kitting up classes or kitting up cards, I don't have time to check emails. And so my time to reply to people is when I have time to do it, which is usually between midnight and 3. So I think about that top 10 and I'm like, oh my goodness, I can't do more. But I was just telling you, we added 3 things to the calendar for next year.
Yep. You were just telling me you had started adding about 5 new things to your calendar.
It feels like that, yes. Because when you think you're doing enough, just do 2 more things, right?
Yeah. Well, last year, I think it was last year when you were on, I said, you had a question for me. And
no, what is Craft Roulette?
But I had forgotten to tell you.
I think that was like 3 years ago when that was the question. I'm like, what question? I don't know how to answer that. You're more qualified to answer that question than I am.
It was so awful. It was so cute and darling, because you're going, well, it's on Friday nights. And I was going, no, you're supposed to ask it. So I had forgotten to tell you it wasn't because it was a dirty, rotten trick. It was just me being goofy. But you did have a question for me. What was that?
What is Craft Roulette?
That's it. We're going to be right back after this word about what is Craft Roulette. Well done, Chatterboxes. Go for it, Mr. Producer. Thank you for being here. We're going to have a great night. Stay tuned.
What is Craft Roulette? Craft Roulette is a live paper crafts challenge show where the goal is to complete a project that has been randomly selected by the spin of a wheel. There are 4 categories we spin for: project, colors, element, and random. Each category has 24 possible options with a combined possibility of 331,776 unique projects. Whoa. We're live every Friday at 6:30 p.m. Central on youtube.com/craftroulette. Please like and subscribe. Each week we bring on a special guest crafter to create along with us and share their unique take on the challenge. You can play too. Complete a unique project of your own using the same 4 parameters set in this episode. You'll have 48 hours to contribute by submitting pictures of your project through the submission form on craftroulette.live. Contributions are featured on marygunfund.com's weekly episode blog and the next episode. Let's recap last week's episode and submissions.
Yep, that's what we do every week. It's pretty fun. It really is fun. Like Christine was saying that it doesn't feel like work. This is my work, and it feels good. I've had jobs that didn't feel good at all, like at all. And this one feels just like it should be. I should be here. Last week we had 317 contributions. Now we are up to 25,907 total card contributions since we started getting cards on the second episode in 2020. Look at all of you fine people. No Chris, but we've got Nigeria and we've got South Africa and we've got the Shetland Islands, New Zealand, Australia, Vietnam. It's so cool. I love thinking about you guys all in your craft rooms. Let's see what we did last week. Okay, we had a thank you card, roadside market, yard or yards, and confetti as the random. Confetti is completely different than the first time we had confetti. You were taking it very, very unliterally, and it's so cool. But then when we first had it, there were as many shaker cards being made as there are now, and so you did that a lot. Look at how you felt about last week's parameters. Looks like you were a happy little bunch and nothing fazed you too much. I like that a lot. Is there anything I need to tell you about that? I don't think so. I think that was mostly it. But Rebecca Feltner said about she was fenced in by the yards. There was my card. I did not craft on the show last week because of this, but I did a card on Sunday night so I could have a card in, and that was mine. I think it turned out kind of cute. So there is my pinch crafter. Crafty Owl was here. She was my hands. It was so fun to come back, and there she was. Hello, and being her little Crafty Owl self. And by the way, I want to mention that she's doing some really good stuff this month on Advent. Several of the Advent things that she's bought, and she's doing lives every day, I think, almost. Anyway, check her out, Crafty Owl. Call me Crafty Owl. She's a wonderful friend of Craft Roulette, and we appreciate her a lot. Thanks for sitting in for me. Shannon Pelletier was our guest, and she made this beautiful card. It was her first time on the show. She was really fun to meet, and like we said, she does really great videos. Make sure you go over and check her out. She's also does videos for different companies, so you may find her on another design team company, but she's very active on her Instagram, so don't be a stranger. Check her out. Oh, Christine, we're going to invite you back on to enjoy the Parade of Achievements by our contributors last week, because we had some wonderful ones. This is when we are going to welcome our first timers. Say huzzah to our leading ladies. Acknowledge that we had some wonderful major milestone achievements, which are like the 25, 50, 75, up to 150. And I want to point out before we go too far, there are 40 contributors this week that have sent in over 100 cards. That's so much. That's so much dedication. I cannot even express we never saw that coming. This was not like a show where we went, hey, let's get 100 and have thousands and thousands, tens of thousands of cards sent into us. Never in our wildest dreams. So it's really fun. So let's welcome our first timers from 192. BFGM Blossom from Alabama. Now we can start enjoying all these different styles. Renee S. from North Dakota. You don't get too many North Dakotas. Corey from Illinois. Little cutie. Shannon Smith from the United States. She's got the roadside market right there. Our major milestone achievers will start with 25s. Congratulations to Annette with 25 woohoos. You can see where they are on the map as well. Denise from Tennessee. That's a pretty card. Yasmina from Oklahoma. Little play yard games there. Very nice. Carrie from San Diego. 25 cards. We had Santa's flying over yards too. Kathy Carroll from Louisiana has sent in 25 cards. So has Jacqueline Pole from the Netherlands. Ginger Larkin has sent in 25 cards as well. We liked that card on the patron show, Ginger. Max Macias has sent in 50. Congratulations, Max. That's awesome. Journey Coach Jen has sent in 50. Congratulations. We always appreciate yours coming in. 75 cards have been sent in by Teresa Farrington from Texas. Celicia Snyder has sent in 100. Mug Club! Well done. Grandma Gay has sent in 125. Whoa. Vicky Ruda has sent in 150. Congratulations, Vicky. She also does a lot of process videos for us. Our leaders this week, isn't that amazing? Whew. Our leading ladies are Smurf Murphy, her Smurfiversary, with 153. Her twin, her leading lady twin, is Jackie Muller, and she said those googly eyes are 20 years old. Kathy Herring has sent in 157. That's so pretty, Kathy. 5K Now 6K Lamone has sent in 159. She was a guest on our show too. Ellen Card Monkey Jarvis has sent in 170 consecutively and was also on the patron show. And Patty Beck, our leading lady, has sent in 187. She even sent in 2 this week. Still only one at a time. Congratulations, leading ladies. You're awesome. I don't know. Club 52, we'd like to congratulate you on Original Londoner, which I think you may be in London right now. So don't go looking for special perks in London, even though you're in Club 52, because you don't get any there or here. But you do get bragging rights, and we're real proud of you.
1 card per person per show.
Right, 1 card per person per show. And I mean, as far as the counting goes, Mr. Producers.
No, for submitting. You can only submit.
But there were
My mom
2
said
in one
Patty
picture.
sent in 2 cards. We only allow 1 card per person per show, just to make sure everybody's not confused, so we don't have a bunch of duplicates. Thank you.
I always confuse people, but she had 2 on one image. That's what I meant.
Oh.
Yeah. Can I confuse anybody else? I can do that. I've been practicing a long time on confusing people. I'm real good at it.
Patrons can always send in bonus cards if they want to send in more.
That's right. They were cute, though. Every one of them was cute. And thank you so much for joining us. Does that give you some inspiration, Miss Christine?
Mm-hmm.
Are you ready?
Absolutely. Like my mom would say, you're born ready.
Yeah, I think you probably were. I think you were probably busy before you were even born.
I was already working on stuff before I was born.
You were, I'm pretty darn sure. Well, then let's do this thing. Shall we bring on the parameters?
Mm-hmm.
Here they come. I was thinking about this just last night when I was going to bed. I was thinking, I get so used to stuff on this show that I don't think much about it. But the very fact that wheel goes rolling by and it brings on the parameters is really cool. So anyway, it's funny what you think of when you're going to sleep at night, isn't it? All right, those are the parameters for the night. First, we're going to do a little work on them, including our vetoes. We let our patrons veto one in every column, one of the parameters in every column. That means if we land on that number, we will spin again. The wheel can't make us use it. You can use it if it fits into the parameters that we do get. This will get a little muddy if you're new here. Hang on, it'll make sense soon. Maybe. But we just never know for sure. So this week, the patrons have vetoed for Project A9, number 7, they said. And let's see how much they said no. Quite a bit. They really don't want an A9. And what did they say they don't want to be for colors? Summer. They were saying summer is for summer. This is not summer, except for our Southern Hemisphere friends. And for element, who got the veto this week? Ooh, you really don't want blackboards. Okay. Well, that means we won't have to do blackboards, but you can do blackboards if you want. And for random, who'd they diss this week? Yeah, web. They were saying that. No. Web is like something for October. So we need to, somebody can remind me to take that off. That'd be great. Something from your floor. I've been leaving stuff on my floor. I know that Irene Smith said she'd hate to see that leave because she's been avoiding cleaning her craft room as long as that's been on. So there's some thought to that. So Christine, this is when we ask you, my dear, would you like to veto something?
I think so.
Okay.
I don't know if I've ever vetoed before, so this would be odd for me because I always feel like, well, let's just take a gamble and see what happens. But
yeah,
I was between vetoing ginger or large animals.
Okay.
But
right.
ginger could be orange, right? Because a person could have ginger colored hair, right?
Or a kitty.
So a kitty could be orange, like a ginger kitty. And I'm like, oh, you could take. So my first thought was ginger was like the food ginger, like that you have with your sushi. So you could actually do sushi for the card.
Okay.
So yeah. So I don't know. So maybe large animals.
All right. Well, let's take off large animals number 1. Now, this is new also. We ask you to put your chips on the table. And what is your strategy? You were talking before the show about kind of a unique approach.
Yeah. I thought, and my usual thing is, well, if I say I want something, I'm not going to get it. Like, I don't know, that mindset that I have is don't like have these expectations you're going to get something because then you don't want to be disappointed, right? So, but I'm like, well, maybe I put it out there that in 2 categories, I want this and this, but then for the other 2 categories, I don't want this or this. So if we can like do a little mix-a-roo. Maybe.
Your liege. You go for it.
Okay. So, and I didn't write down, but for the first group, I said I want number 11. And I don't even know what number 11 is anymore. I can't read the fine print up there.
A book binding card.
Yeah. Okay, that's right. I was like, I love me a book binding card. I love them. So, like, let's give the wheels some positive juice for that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then for colors, I picked 1 because it's calming. And I just got some paper from the new pre-order from Stampin' Up! And it's called Softly Stippled. And I'm like, oh man, that would be so cool to use that designer series paper because the colors are very calming and soothing.
Yeah.
I'm like, let's send some positive vibes for calming.
Okay, are you listening?
And then I got to the next 2 columns and I'm like, I don't know. Like, I'd rather be like, I don't want number 14.
Sweet.
Dial? I don't know.
Sweet.
It's like you could have a compass or you could have a phone and it has an old rotary dial.
Oh, and then
like,
dial.
I don't want to deal with dial. I don't want to deal with dial. But
okay.
So it's like, let's just hope dial doesn't come into play. And then it was, there's the ginger. I'm like, how about not number 15 with ginger? And so
okay.
So,
all right.
Like,
now this doesn't mean that you have any power over these things. The only thing you have power on is the veto. But yeah, I can see how you're kind of like, yeah, I want it, don't want it, yeah, I want it, don't want it. I can see. Yeah. You're all over and that's okay.
I'm all over the board.
That's why we like you. You're blazing new trails. That's absolutely right. Okay, well, let's see what Mr. Wheel is feeling like. I got everything, didn't I? Yes, I did. So let's give him a warm-up and see.
This is where I get the sweaty armpits, you guys.
I know, this is the time. This is the time. But we're going to be fine. We're going to talk through every last thing that we get. That was just actually the warm-up. I did a hard spin. I'm going to not spin so hard.
Okay.
For project 21, a postcard. Alrighty.
Oh,
And
okay.
then for color, we will talk about each and every one of these and how they can be used and ideas. Our chatterbox is the best. Florist shop. That was inspired by Hallmark movies. And for element, they always have a florist on their shows. Number 9, globes. That was not inspired by Hallmark movies. And for random, number 17, abstract blobs. Your favorite, I'm sure. All right.
Well, I was doing good for the first two, and then I'm like,
Yeah.
kind of like
Right.
my whole mindset changed.
We are going to talk about each and every one of these. This is the time that we remind you that this is your art project. We're not going to tell you what to do or teach you how to do anything or tell you what you need to use. We're big believers in taking the two bookends of art, which can be very literal, where you say, H-E-Y, Google, what is a florist shop color? Or how do I make a postcard or use a postcard on a card? To a very abstract, I'm going to make some abstract blobs just to be the best in the world of the abstract blobs on a globe. Or whatever you're going to do it. It could be very small, it could be big, it can be abstract, it can be multimedia, it can do whatever you want. And all the places in between we accept. We do need to have you, if you're going to play along with us, we do need to have you include those 4 parameters. Also, I know there's something else I'm forgetting. Oh, I know. And it doesn't have to be your focal point on any of these as well. You can fit them in. You can make them a detail. You can make them interesting. You can wow us with your cleverness. But you do have to have some sort of nod to those 4 things. For instance, like a postcard. You could have a literal postcard for your project this week. Or you could have just some small thing that looks like a postcard on a card, or in a basket, or on a box, or on a tag, or whatever you want. It's up to you. So postcards are, maybe you have a postcard and you want to use it on a card. You can cut it up and use it, or make it your own, or however you want to do it. Maybe you have a postcard stamp. Do you have a postcard stamp?
Maybe, but the question is like, where?
Yeah. Well, think about what is a postcard. I mean, it's
Well, to me, that's easy. Like, to me, a postcard is just a quarter sheet of paper, and then you layer from that, right? You can add things to the top of it. And it's not like a true card where it opens and closes at the card base.
But it could be on a card. So
Correct. Right. Yes. True.
Yeah.
Right. You could make a postcard and put it on a card, and your postcard could have globes and flowers and splotchy blotches on it.
It could. Or it could be a postcard that is basically a true postcard size on a 5x7 with globes in the background and flowers on the postcard. I mean, you can push things all around and make it work for you. So that's going to be, you can make them small, make them big, make them literal, make them abstract. Yeah, that'll be fun though. I always like postcard kind of things. They're kind of cute.
So it's like, I'm good with like postcard globes and abstract blobs, but then the florist shop part of it, like doesn't seem to fit this bill.
Okay, well, let's pretend we're walking into a florist shop. What are we going to see?
Flowers.
Yeah, but we're going to see floor, and there will be walls, and there will be counters, but there will be greens. This time of year, there might be poinsettias. There's going to be leaves, pretty little stuffed animals even, so you could get different stuffed animal colors in on that. Our color palette is more nuanced, and it's more like how you first see it. How do you see? You walk into a florist shop. What are your first thoughts on what your colors you're seeing? You might see purple.
Purple flowers.
Flowers. Yeah, I'd see
Yeah.
purple flowers and
Purple
white
flowers.
flowers.
And that flower should be
Flowers.
purple.
But so this is the color.
Right. Now, a lot of times people will use color, the whatever the parameter is, like Florist Shop, and tie it into the element and combine those. So there might be some globes, or there might be some flowers that are actually globe shapes. They do all sorts of fantastic things, and we're all open for that. Globes can then be, they can be like map globes, but they're not only map globes. They can be just round objects.
The first definition on Google for globes is the Earth.
The Earth.
So anything from the Earth, I think, would count if you really wanted to stretch it. But someone said snow globes.
Snow globes is what
So
I'm liking that.
yeah.
This time of year
A
is so
spherical
easy.
rounded object would be the second definition. So something that's round would also count.
You know what would be really cool? Would be a card that opens and you could see like the postcard on the front, and it opens and you see the inside and you could see the writing. That'd be cool too. You know, like if it was a window card. I don't think I'm up for it tonight, but that would be a cool card with a window in it. It really would be. And then you could have the picture on one side, and then just the writing on the inside. Things to think about. So globes can be, they don't have to be strictly the world. They can be
An
different
element
things.
from the world. Our parameters, the best way to think about them is they are inclusive. And so if you somehow include something from that parameter, then it counts. You don't have, they're not, if they were exclusive, you would only use that parameter. But since they're inclusive, you can just touch on them and it will count.
It's fun. Bubbles. Hi, Leah. Bubbles are a good one, Leah. And snow globes. I saw somebody said they're also little shop of horrors for the florist shop. Berries on
the
holly.
big plant that eats people.
Yeah, but you could put that in there, but it could be just as color too. Oh man, yeah, there's going to be all sorts of stuff. And there's always Santa going across over the globe. So he's in the sky going over the globe. You could have the or all the stars in the Milky Way over the globe. You could do all sorts of stuff. Planets would be good.
Count.
I've never seen a square planet, not even on Star Trek. Why they are all round, aren't they?
Gravity.
Phew. Where's the creativity in that? Let's get some more shape. Like, let's get some planets that are abstract blobs.
Elongated spheroid.
I'm in. Let's find some. But abstract blobs are they can be anything. I was thinking even a fried egg, you could have the abstract blob of the egg and the globe of the yolk. I don't know.
So what would count for abstract blobs? Because we've seen some in chat. People are saying just splatters would count, which I 100% agree with.
Yeah.
So what are some other things that would count? Because you could do big ones that you draw.
Yes.
You could just do shading in a blobby thing.
You could do watercolor blobs.
I have stamps that are actually splotchy blobs, and you could stamp that as the background.
Raphael had a stamp set that she created that was blobs. Yeah. So you could have blobby flowers or blobby flowers grow in a globe-shaped vase on a postcard, sitting on a table on top of a postcard. I mean, you can do all sorts of stuff.
Going back to postcards, you could also have, I was just searching, I'm like, postcards. I have a stamp set that's called Postcard Pals, and one of the little critters is holding an envelope that looks kind of like a postcard. Like it's holding the postcard, and like that would count too, because it's like a postcard going on the card.
Exactly. And there's some really nice little mailbox dies and things. And you could have that as part of your postcard thing, too.
Leah says her cat Bluebell is an abstract blob, and I agree.
My bigger Tigger could be an abstract blob, too.
That is absolutely true. Or you could ink smush. That's a good one, Jay.
Yep.
splatters. Yeah, I think we've got all sorts of. Now, once again, we've taken these 4 parameters and went, I don't have anything to. Oh, I've got way too much. What am I going to do?
For both globes and abstract globs. That's a double dip.
Bluebell is Leah's cat, and that cat is 20 years old at least. And she's so stiff, and she's got thyroid problems. She's had her thyroid nuked, and she also is diabetic. And hats off to my daughter. She takes such good care of Bluebell. She hand feeds her turkey and gives her shots for her diabetes. And it may be, and they also have another cat, which may be keeping Bluebell alive because she hates her. So she's living on spite and turkey and insulin.
Oh,
All
man.
right. So, all right. Are you good? Do you have some ideas? Too many ideas?
I do.
Should we do it?
Mhm.
All right. Let's
Okay.
get ready to craft. After you, we'll be back right after these few words from Cool Mary, Sad Mary, Clumsy Mary, and all those other crazy characters part of our universe. We'll be right back.
Okay.
Does card making ever wear you out? Are you just having one of those days? You ever say to yourself, I wish there were more Craft Roulette on each week? Well, have we got good news for you? In Review is like part 2 of Craft Roulette, which features you, our card contributors. It'll be easy to find because it airs here on our Craft Roulette YouTube channel. We go live almost every Tuesday evening at 6:30 p.m. Central, and we do a number of fun things during the show, including Mail Call, where I share some of the nice cards and goodies people send us. Our Card Showcase, where we take a longer look at some of the contributions sent in from the most recent episode. And our Who Done It Mystery Game, where I recreate a card from the most recent episode's gallery, live on air. Everyone in the live chat gets to try and figure out which card I'm recreating. So, if you want more of what we do on Craft Roulette, you'll love our show, In Review. The Whodunit Mystery Game is just a game, and we do not actually solve mysteries, but we do actually solve mysteries. The show is supposed to be on Tuesdays, but we reserve the right to reschedule as necessary. Mary will not always know what she is doing, especially with buttons and or math. Stretchy pants and snacks are not required, but advisable. Please bring a friend. Too much fun for one person included. Hey, Cool Mary here. You might remember me from my breakthrough role, the In Review infomercial. While normal me and the special guest are gathering their supplies, let me take this opportunity to tell you about our stamp set, our die set. Whoa. Let me, Cool Mary, show you what you can do with them. Tubular. Whoa! Gnarly. Yes, you can order these off our web shop. Every purchase helps support our shows, and in return, you can be like me, Cool Mary. It's real good to see you guys. I'm looking over the chat. It's really nice to have you guys spend the evening with us. This is Craft Roulette if you're just tuning in. And we are here with Christine Bertram, who's getting a few things together before we get started to make our craft, making something to do with a postcard floral shop for our colors, globe and abstract blobs. Of course, that very, very popular abstract blobs. I have a snow globe that I think I'm going to be using, and pretty sure I'm going to be using because I just cut it. And then I'm not sure what I'm going to do for abstract blobs. I might do some ink smooshing like Jay suggested. That sounds wise. And I'm not sure. I was trying to figure out. I may put some white paper under here and draw some poinsettias because this is tiny. And so I think that's what we're going to do. What do you think? And then just make it like a line down the middle to make it look like a postcard, or cut out something and maybe make it feel like a postcard. That sounds like a good idea. And then I could make it look kind of aged, like me. So I think that's what I might try. Coming together just as I go along. So are you guys dust bunnies or blobs? Actually, my dust bunnies are cute little things. They've got legs and hands and faces. But they are blobs under my bed. Yeah. Yeah. All right. I think this is kind of fun. I think we're going to be okay with this. Do you? Do we have any thumbs up? Now, Christine is she has trained her Facebook and YouTubers to give her lots of thumbs up and stuff. So I need to learn from her. There they come. There they come. Yeah. Blobs with appendages. That's what a dust bunny is. All right, let's see. I'm going to get another piece of paper. I want something creamish. We'll do this. I think that's too dark. That's okay. We'll work with that. Okie dokie. Let's see what we can come up with. Cut some off. I don't want this. I want it to be a little jaggedy. But let's see if I can even do that. I shouldn't have cut it off. Let's get another one. Oh, this isn't the right shape. Well, you know what? I can do anything with it. Yeah. Okay. So let's cut. Leah, if you're still watching, this is that ruler that you gave me so many years ago. It has gotten so much use. So if I'm going to make it an antique postcard, which I actually have a lot of antique postcards. They're really, really cool. From the 1940s and such. Because apparently my dad's family used to always send postcards. Of course, they couldn't call because that was expensive and they were cheap. I think this will be okay. Well, that didn't work very well. So I think Christine got this. It's just every time, every week. Never fails. All 193 weeks. It seems like we get the parameters and they make 0 sense. Such as life with the wheel. But then we start working on it and it comes together. It's a miracle. Luann had a good idea? Wonder what it was. I'm roughing this up. All right. We do, there are over 25,000 cards on the website. So if you're ever in a rut, I think the parameters are great rut breakers. And that you can go back and just redo a parameter set or pick your own parameters because they're up all the time under resources, what's on the wheel. So you can go and see them anytime you want. Good question, Leah. You do not have to use stamps. I know it sounds like it's heresy, but you do not have to use stamps to send in a card. A lot of people, not a lot, but we have painted cards, we have hand-drawn cards, we have all sorts of things. We have little kids that send in cards with glitter paint. We just want you to do your very best. That's all. You could use a photograph. Leah is an excellent photographer.
Just needs to be printed and then a picture taken of it, basically. Just no pure digital.
Right. That's right. You know, I was thinking, I don't like the size of this on this white. I don't like it at all. So I was thinking maybe I'd get a mat for it, but I think I might cut it down too. All sorts of thinking. Christine, I think she has to go in different parts of her house to get things sometimes. So it might take her a minute. But I've got lots of paper. We can do stuff with it.
She has to go to the archive.
Yeah. I might use something like that instead. That looks That looks better. I don't like that. I'll just use that. Now the thing about this, when I have indecision, is cleaning up afterwards. I hear her little feet. And that kind of looks like a little postcard thing right there, you know, with the little split. Can you see it? No, I'm sorry, Christine. Yeah. There we go. See, it kind of looks like this is part of it and this is part of it. And I think I have a stamp I can make it look like a postcard. I think I just hit my happy space. Yes. It's that moment when you go, I can do this. It is a beautiful moment. And Waffle Flower was kind enough to send me this little stamp. And look, it's got post office stuff on it. I'm pretty excited. And I went out with my buddy, Aline, today. And we went to our girlfriend's store, BB, Hobby Lobby, good old BB. And I got these scissors because of this thing. And I thought, I want some scissors like this. And Brenda Gentry uses these and cool people use them. So I got them. So I can use this for part of my stampy thing. We got this to go here. Florist shop. I don't want my florist shop to just be all brown. So I'm going to have to figure out something. But we can.
It's a very dirt-oriented florist shop.
Well, it could be an aspect of the florist shop, like the dirt. Yeah. It can just, because floral shops have dirt. Mm-hmm. And they also have shiny paper. So I've got this shiny paper. This is actually from a balloon. And I stuck it on a piece of cardstock. And I could put some stuff with that too. So we're good. Now I just have to pull it in, girl. Pull it in. This has to have something underneath it. We're good. You know, okay, so here's the thing. I'm going to give this a little tab underneath here. Hey, I like these. You cut well. My blobs could go behind the globe. Well, you know, maybe I could have the snow be my blobs. I might add some snow with a gel pen. Ooh.
How we doing over there?
Or I could make the flowers blobby. That was the other thing.
Are you ready?
I was thinking I might make blobby flowers. Those would be easy.
All right. We're going to bring
That's
Christine
gonna
back
be like
in.
that. Okay, now I can make blobby flowers on here. All right, ma'am. I think I
Hello.
found my happy spot. Where do you think? What do you have going?
I found
Oh,
some oldies but goodies, I think. Like
All right.
my goal would generally to be using current product from Stampin' Up! Or like
Mhm.
what I got in my pre-order yesterday, right? So that I'm promoting something that's current. And when all else fails and your mind goes somewhere and you have the stamps that are potentially retired, I went and I found postcard pals. So I'm thinking I'm going to be using the little critter here he's holding a little postcard.
Yeah.
And right next to postcard pals, I found a stamp set called Postscript. And it says the word postcard in it. And I'm like, lots of circles for globes. And it's always amazing when you use a stamp set that you've had for like 5 or 8 years and
Yeah.
it's never been used. And now you have the opportunity to use it. And then I found this gorgeous grunge, which has splotchy blobs. And,
Oh man.
and from the florist point of view, I went and I found, so the whole color palette I'm going for is kind of going to be more neutrals and browns. And I found this paper that it's retired again. I'd love to use current, but I found this and it has flowers in it. And I think of a florist shop because of all the flowers. So I'm going to tie in the florist shop with the flowers actually being on card, like on the
Yeah.
designer paper. So
Why not? That's
why
good.
not?
Yes, that's the
All
one.
right. So let's see what happens, and we'll go from there. And I'm gonna do a fun fold. I think last time I did a fun fold as well. I
You've
still
been
have every
doing
card
more
I've
of
ever made.
those. You've been doing a lot of fun folds, I've noticed.
I do like 3 fun fold classes a year, and the last fun fold class I did was in October, and we made 108 kits.
Ooh.
It's a lot of
Whoa.
work to do a fun folds class. And we originally had 96 and we ended up kitting up more so we
Oh,
could
my.
accommodate all the people that wanted to take the class.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
It just is.
Yeah.
There's no
I'm
two
just
ways
very-
about it.
Yeah, I'm so blessed. I have the most amazing helpers
Yeah, you
that
do.
a girl could have. They help me make the magic happen.
Yeah. Yeah. I think you have a good team to work with, and that's making it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you
I did-
probably have a good time while you're doing it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
We do. We wouldn't be doing it. People wouldn't be helping me if they weren't having fun. I would like to think people don't
Right.
generally just do things for the heck of it if it's not fun. Right? FUNN.
FUNN. We want to have as
Mhm.
many N's as we can.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah.
how we know we're really having a good day.
And
when we
I
have
pulled in
2 N's.
I had some scrap card base left that I found upstairs, and I thought, let's use this. Why not? Right?
No reason.
Mm-hmm. If I remember how I do this.
I'm all about the scraps. Love scraps.
Mhm.
It's almost a rarity anymore that that I cut into a new piece of paper. It's so weird when I do. I do great searches first.
Yeah. I'm like, okay, let's do this. So I've got my old retired evening evergreen, but a lot of people like evening evergreen was a hard one to see disappear.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So let's think about how we're going to do this. Oh, he turned out good. And do you have a thought process? I guess I missed your whole talk about what you're doing and how you're coming about your
Well,
plan.
I went a couple ways right away and then found this little piece of paper, which kind of has a divide in it. So it kind of looks
Oh,
postcardy.
it looks like a postcard.
And then I've got a little snow globe I'm working on, and found this gold piece of paper that
Okay.
came from a balloon that I had for a birthday a couple of years ago, and I'm still using it. I just stuck it on. It was Mylar balloon, and I just stuck it on some cardstock because I'm cheap that way because it was pretty, and so I didn't
Good.
want to just toss it.
honey, keep moving here, officer. Nothing to see. Keep going.
So you've got 3 kitties we got to hear about before the show started.
Yes, honey.
And when I
wants to
first
see your butt.
There's a kitty. Oh, pretty.
That's Honey. She's got the little bit of orange in her.
And your kitties came from your mom and dad's farm, right?
Yes, they did. They're farm cats. The mother gave birth last year, so we had 2 kittens last year, Honey and the bigger Tigger. And then Honey passed away in February, and then we needed to get another Honey for the hive. She's our team mascot. And she had to bring her brother Hunky with her.
That's such a
and
cute
now we
name.
have 3.
Hunky.
Hunky. So that dates back to the 80s when there was a cartoon called the Voltron Lions, and there were 5 Voltron Lions, and Hunky or Hunk was one of the Voltron Lions.
I don't remember.
And there's been a Hunk on the farm for like the last 40 years, and any cat that looks like the Hunky will always be called Hunky. So we just didn't rename him something else when we brought him home. So yeah, so he's Hunky. He's kind of hunky too.
Yeah, that's pretty cute.
Yeah. So, Honey, you're distracting me. Come on, girlfriend. You got to get out of here. This is like, you had Merwin, right?
Kerwin.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, Kerwin. I'm like,
Kerwin.
he would come and lay down right in the middle of your stuff, right?
He doesn't do that anymore. I think he kind of got tired of the spotlight. He said, "Oh, come on.
Right?
I've already been on the spotlight for years. I think I've moved on.
Yeah, he's on to bigger and better things. Well, these kittens are still kind of at the point where they still want to steal the show, I think.
I think so. Well, he's getting kind of sedate in his old age. He's not really old, but he has changed over the years, which is okay because he was intense. He was quite the character. I was kind of getting tired. I don't like that. Wrong one.
There was a stink bug in the area, and she's obsessed with finding the stink bug.
Oh, those are such nasty little. They look like dinosaurs, don't they?
They look like dinosaurs. I definitely agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she found it, and now it was up here. I don't know if anybody saw it. It was actually on my stamp set. It was on the stamp set when I first came down here. I don't know where it came from, but I was like, oh, I hope nobody saw that. I hope nobody saw that.
They just come in. They're so rude. They're just like, I am here, and I don't make any bones about that. I shouldn't be here. Don't tell me that. This is my turf. They're very. I don't even know. What do you suppose a stink bug even thinks? I can't. Not much.
Well, apparently they're called. So Tyler, my boyfriend, he says that they're actually good. And they do good. They eat other bugs. And so they're called soldier beetles, actually. And I'm like, I don't know. I just don't want them in here.
Yeah, they can go
They can go anywhere, just out of here.
Right.
Yeah.
We get a lot of them on the screen porch. And they don't move very fast. That's not to their benefit.
Right.
But they do have that. They really do apparently really stink. I don't know. But I don't really want to find out.
I think they kind of do, because there was one that Honey was trying to get, and she batted on the floor, and I kind of like stepped on it right in front of her face, and she made the weirdest face with her nose, like her scrunched up, like she didn't like the way it smelled. So it's very possible. Yeah.
She made a discovery.
Yeah, she did. So there's been like 2 now in the last week. So they're coming, either it's getting cold, it's too cold outside for them, or they were hibernating and now they're coming out because it's getting warmer. Something's going on.
Yeah. Have you gotten snow?
Yeah, we got some snow, and it's almost all melted. It's supposed to be all melted again soon. So, yeah. But we did get a bunch of snow last weekend, I think.
You took an incredible journey last summer.
I did.
You did. Yeah. It was a Stampin' Up! Reward journey, and you were all over Europe.
We went to Ireland, and we went to Norway, and we were in England. So yes, 3 countries.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. It feels like I was just talking to Tyler about it. It feels like so long ago. Like it feels like so many moons ago already.
Yeah.
We were there. It's crazy how fast the summer flew by, how fast the time really does go. We were gone for, I think, 10 or 14 days. I think it was 2 weeks actually. There were 2 different trips in one. Basically, Norway was the cruise with Stampin' Up that I earned. And I'm supposed to say that 1% or less people earn it. Like it's a disclaimer or whatever, but I earned it. And it was good, but it was seeing everything from the cruise ship and then docking and having to like leave and get back from the port and be on time. And it was more structured, where the whole Ireland trip was renting a car and basically driving all around Ireland and just seeing anything and everything that we possibly could. So.
Oh, good.
So they're very different, but Ireland is so pretty. We lucked out on the week that we were there. We got just the best, most gorgeous weather that you could ask for. So we did the Cliffs of Moher, and we wanted more. Yeah, it was very sunny. There was actually a wedding going on when we were there. So
at the Cliffs of Moher?
Yeah, there was a wedding taking place like when we were there. Yep. Oh. Yeah, so we got to see a wedding happen. So
that's pretty cool. Kind of a bonus.
Yeah, we got to see the Giant's Causeway up in Northern Ireland, and that was pretty cool. So,
Linda Gorman says she's been to Ireland 5 times.
Wow, we definitely know now what to do and not to do. Like there aren't a lot of hotels over there. It's a lot of Airbnbs, and you got to have that all planned out. And we realized we were wedding crashers. Yep. We realized that you should have like your reservations into these bed and breakfasts. So next time we go back, we know to look up bed and breakfast. So she's back checking more things out. So I was going to go with a white circle, but I ended up with more neutral color. So I got to recut my little circle here and do my postcard pal a little bit different. But I definitely got my postcard going on here.
Yeah, it stands out better. My abstract blobs. Where are my abstract blobs?
Oh yeah, I forgot about the abstract
I could probably just take this little guy, and just do some blobby stuff. There's my blob. One blob.
There you go.
Here comes another. I've done this game a couple times, and so it's pretty much like I can figure out what to do. But you can't. I put those parameters together on the wheel, and there's no way to go. This is how it's going to turn out. Because I have a list actually of things I might do on things, but I never do them. But they help me kind of know what direction. So
it starts with a game plan. Like the thinking ahead is strategizing and planning.
So I started a long time ago.
Yeah. Well, my dad would always say, if you think about it, you're halfway there.
Oh, that's a good one. I like that. I think I might put some little tan and brown hearts on it. Well, that's really neat that you got to have such an experience. Was that your first time across the pond?
No, I actually went I did traveling in high school. I went to Germany with the German class trip, like the German class that we're in. We went to Germany, and then in college I went to France, Belgium, and Germany, England on I was in an international class, and we got to do that travel abroad program for like class credit.
Cool.
So let's think about how I want to get some splotchy blobs in here.
I know. It'll be fun to see how people use them, if they want to use them as their main kind of thing, or if they just kind of work them in as in the background. Could put some blobbies here too. Let me get blob happy.
So, and you have had quite the year. It's been like we were talking a year ago, You were just getting ready to go to have your surgery.
Yes.
It was like I was your last guest crafter
Yes.
for a while, like until you made it back.
Yeah, it was great. You were a good one to have on because the job was not to let me cry and act stupid and sappy, and so you were really good at that. Plus, it's your spot. The second week in December is your spot.
It is. It's always the first Friday in December. Like we already got on the calendar for next year.
I know, it's so fun.
Look at this. The stamps are actually put together. I'm amazed. There was a time in my life where I never put stamps together because I bought things and I would never use them.
Oh.
But I had to have them.
Yeah, they're so cute, aren't they? So what do you mostly get these days? Do you get mostly paper or do you get mostly stamps?
I go through a lot of paper, right? Because of all the kitting I'm doing.
All the kits, right.
Yeah, the kits. I go through so much paper. It is just crazy. I bought myself a new crumb cake ink pad because my other one went bad on me. I think a re-inker of the wrong color was used to re-inker it.
Oh dear. Oh, no.
It was kind of greeny.
Re-inker
I'm like, okay,
it.
there's no point of no return. But yeah, I use
That's a treat.
I go through so much paper. I buy packs of white cardstock from Stampin' Up, like 25 or 30 packs at a time.
Oh my gosh.
I get down to 5 and I buy 30. And then I'm at least good for a couple months. And then I just, yeah. I'm amazed at how much paper.
Those boxes must be really heavy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They don't make anything off of shipping when they ship to me.
No. Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah. So I'd say paper, but I don't buy everything. People would probably think that I buy everything in the catalog.
You can't.
But I don't, because I don't like everything, right? I'm like everybody. Like I like what I like and I don't buy what I don't like.
Right. That's good. So do you have, but your stamp pads, you don't usually have to get new ones of those very often, I suppose.
Not usually.
Yeah.
No, because you would get just the re-inker to re-ink it. And I think what happened is I have people that help me, right? And so I think the wrong re-inker got used on the ink pad because all of a sudden we went to use it and it was like, this is kind of greeny. Like it's not right. I got my splotches. I got lots of circles going on for globes.
You're
I got
doing
postcards going on. And I got
Can you de-ink or re-ink? Yeah, you can kind of. But I'm not sure you can ever get the pristine color that you want,
back. Right, exactly.
But you
really
can soak it up.
back.
But it's kind of out.
Yeah, you can kind of soak. So like if somebody accidentally takes this stamp and you've got your ink pad open in front of you and you're accidentally going to the brown when you had crumb cake and you can take a wet wipe and kind of wipe it all out. But I think we full blown on had somebody accidentally like put the re-inker all over the whole entire ink pad. I was like, uh-oh.
That was generous.
At the end of the day, it's just an ink pad.
Yeah, that's right.
We're okay.
Yeah. That's no big deal.
Right.
I had this
Naughty
piece, so I
Nancy
think
would
I'll
say
use it.
it's just paper.
And I have a hard time with that because I think paper is so special. I really love paper. And so it's like, yeah, it's just paper, but it's not just paper. It's really something. I just love paper. So
I definitely agree. You don't want to,
what I mean,
and I have that frugal mindset too, where I don't want to waste anything ever. But sometimes you just got to move on and let it go.
You do. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So, yeah, and that was, oh man, I think when we talked the last time too, we had just lost Naughty Nancy, in end of November, and she was like a matriarch of our Be Happy Stampers.
Yes,
and that's crazy to think that whole year has passed as well.
Naughty Nancy.
Yeah, our Naughty Nancy.
That's
she was
right.
That definitely had a naughtiness about her.
That's how Nancy's can be.
And we have lots of different Nancy's.
Yeah, their Nancy's are great. I love our.
Yep.
I love the Nancy's. I have my last boss was Nancy, and she was wonderful.
We have a fancy Nancy, a normal Nancy, and a nice Nancy.
She was an ornery Nancy, but she was really good. She was a good ornery.
And your new boss is a wooden wheel.
Yes, that's right. Oh, what a taskmaster he is, too. Mr. Wheel.
Mm-hmm.
The real deal. Oh, I don't want to mix these up. This says hugs inside.
Who is Naughty Nancy? Creative Cindy just asked. So when I started stamping in 2016, I did a class at the senior center, and the only person who showed up at the time was Nancy, and she wasn't naughty at that time, but eventually we learned she was naughty.
She was on her good behavior.
She was, yeah, because it was the first time meeting me, and she didn't want to come across as like crazy, right? So I'll tell you though, she was the only person that came to that very first class, or it was like one of the first classes I had at the senior center. She had just moved into town and was looking for something to do and a creative outlet, and she never left my side after that. And she was like instrumental. She was the first silver on my team. She was the first silver elite on my team. She was instrumental in when I was having a class. She would sit next to people who are newbies kind of that came in, and she would help take them under their wing and help them make them feel comfortable, because a lot of people are nervous the first time they come into a card making class. Yeah, they don't want to do something wrong, and they don't want to stamp something wrong, and she helped to give people the mindset of it's just paper. Like you need a new piece of paper, ask Christine. She'll give you another piece of paper. It's okay. Like so that's how she was just instrumental. And she had some health issues like late last year, and she passed in November, right around Thanksgiving. And it's just, she's in here with us all the time is basically what's happening. She's never left us yet. So, yeah. So she was an inspiration, and she was a slacker too. I'll tell you that. She waited till the last minute to do everything. She would be one of those people burning the midnight oil, making her swap cards when they were like due today. Boy. She would work on them over the 2 nights before they were due.
Oh boy. Mm-hmm. Worked well with the deadline.
Like just in timer.
Mm-hmm. You're doing more collabs than you did last year, aren't you?
What'd you say? Collabs?
Collab. You're working with other.
Collaborating. Oh, yes. Okay. Like collabs.
Collab, man. Collab.
Yes. So and one of them is Rose Coleman. Rose Coleman, if you're in Canada, she is your gal in Canada to work with. Because I'm in the United States, Stampin' Up! Really doesn't allow us to like go across borders. And so I started collaborating with Rose in January, and has been a very good collaboration. Like I kit up one of her classes in the States, and she kits up one of my classes in Canada. So it helps people who watch me in Canada have access to get one of my classes, and vice versa. She has a lot of people in the States that watch her that now they can get her class via me. So yes, that's a very beneficial mutual collaboration. And I've been designing card classes with a friend of mine, Diane Bogenhagen. It's always more fun when you can stamp with someone, right?
Right.
Yep. So Diane has been helping design a couple classes, and she teaches the in-person version, and then I do the online version. It cuts the design time in a lot, because 2 brains are always better than 1 when it comes to designing.
I want to break in just for a second. Cindy Purvis says that she is packing for an envelope and card making class that she teaches every month at her local senior center tomorrow, and it will be her 70th birthday.
Oh, very nice.
Well, happy birthday, Cindy Purvis. Birthday. And what a nice way to spend it. That's nice. Congratulations. Do you think you'll be doing this when you're 70?
Me personally?
Yeah.
I'd like to think so, but not to the extent I am. I don't think I could be sitting here cutting cardstock like I am currently cutting cardstock when I'm 70.
You'd be surprised.
I'd be surprised. I would love to think that I'd transition away from the whole kidding to doing online classes without the kids. Maybe.
Well, maybe. Who knows? But that's a ways to go. I mean,
oh yeah,
I didn't see this happening when we first started. Yeah. I mean, when I first started doing card making.
I honestly
Lots of
don't
things
think I
have
see
changed.
myself retiring. Like I can't. Somebody's like, "Oh, when are you going to retire?" I'm like,
Huh?
"Retirement? What? What is that?" I have like retirement. That's not a thing.
What's that?
What's that? What
I
is
don't know.
that?
That's about the truth. What is retirement?
When you enjoy
It's too much
something, it's
fun.
like you feel like you don't even work. Or what's retirement?
Mm-hmm.
What will I do?
What happens if the world runs out of purple ink?
Oh man, that's a sad day.
That's
That is a
horrifying.
very sad day. Don't talk about that now. We're not allowed to talk about that.
You have to wash his mouth out.
Yep, with the bar soap.
The purple purple apocalypse. I can't even say it. Purple.
There's the purple apocalypse. Oh no.
Perpopolis.
That's hard. I should have
Perpopolis.
tried first before saying that.
The
Purple
perpopolis. Hugs inside. I could scratch out a Mr. Wheel over here or something. These are funny
I don't know
looking
if that's
flowers.
purple enough for me.
Do you remember the first set of parameters you got?
Oh, I have the card. You want to see it?
I remember, yeah. I remember.
I'll go get
I
it.
have
One moment,
almost
please.
all my cards. I think I've missed about 4 of them. I sent them out. But I have boxes of. I was just thinking the other day, it's about time to get a new box for 2024's Craft Roulette cards.
You want to see it? It was this one.
Yep, there it is. It was present and orange. That was back when people
Orange.
were.
You gave me
were-
orange.
Yeah, yep, you were
A
right
present.
in there.
Yes.
And
An
I,
orange and dots or
appearance
circles or
was
something?
right. Her first appearance was right when our political factions started emerging.
it's true. Yeah,
I
you
feel
were
like-
early on that way.
The wheel was nice to me on this one because
That
it
was a
was
cute
like
one.
I didn't write the parameters, but this one was right up my alley. It had purple, like it was purple, yellow, and green or something.
Yeah.
And then
Oh,
this was
looky
a more
there.
recent one. The cat absolutely loves this one. The cat takes this and carries it into the garage. And
What?
yes, the cat loves this. The little roly ball things in here. The cat
Oh.
just goes crazy. Carried this into the garage and was playing with it. This was another one. I don't remember exactly what was going on with like the elements for this one. This one was
Cozy.
something with the
It was
kitchen.
cozy.
This was the
One-
kitchen in yellow, and I had to add a little yellow. This was my
Yes.
all-time
That's a way
favorite.
to sneak it in. Yes, that was
calendar card.
that was a cool one.
Yeah, so these are just some of them. I think that you told me this is my 9th time.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have I should have all the cards or not, but I feel like I should. What color is what is this thing?
Is that an otter?
Is it an otter? What color is an otter's hands?
What are their
Depends on what he's holding.
It depends on if he's been eating grape jelly or not.
Well, he's going to have a purplicious kind of raspberry shirt here. I got to incorporate purple in my card somehow. So we're going to give him a purple t-shirt. But I got to figure out what his little feet and nails need to be here.
Well, I think they're kind of like tan, aren't they? Just kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. So I'll find a tan. But yeah, you
not
kind
like
of
he's
blew
a
me away
blue-footed
9 times
booby.
that I've been, because somebody said 9 times. Wow, I think I was 3 times last year, 2 times this year, and 3 times the year before. That might be 9.
Yeah, you can't get enough of you. I'm pretty sure.
Mm-hmm. The flake is
Mary
usually
Brindley says episode 95 had similar parameters, and so that gallery would be good for inspiration.
Oh wow, nice resource there. Resource nod. It was? Are you kidding? Postcard globe, muted, plus a pop of color and horizontal lines. That was Daniel West. I'm pretty sure. Because I said we got globe and he started showing us his head. His
Classic Daniel.
classic Daniel. Yep. That's funny that it'd be that similar.
Mm-hmm. Well, I
But
think I'm okay with this.
It'll be all different. It won't matter.
Ooh.
It'll be all different. I
Mhm.
think
They
this
will
looks
be.
a little lopsided. I think I want something here. This should probably be down a little farther. Come on. Work with me here. Work with me. Well, the world's best foam tape doesn't get solidly stuck for about 20 or 30 minutes. And Amanda Stevens, I'm here to say you are right. I just discovered this to be true.
Scientifically verified.
That is right here in the laboratory.
More art than science, but still some science.
We're good with that. I want something else over here too. I do, but I don't know what.
So I'm waiting for you to ask me the loaded questions that you always ask me.
Oh, well, I do have a few. Are you ready?
Well, I think so.
Well,
now that I know to expect them.
Also, you walked away from a job. It's been almost a year.
2 years.
Nuh-uh. Did I miss
2 years on February 7th. It was 2 years of February. It'll be 2 years on February 7th, which is like 2 months from now.
Oh, I missed a year. Why does that happen?
Yep. Exactly.
Any regrets?
No, not at all. I can't say I have one regret. No, because honestly, you might think, well, would you wish you would have done it sooner? Right? And it's like, nope, I did it when I was ready.
Right.
And I had to wait and make sure I was 100% ready before I did it. So, yeah. My mom always says, make a decision, think about it, ponder it, study it, and then make your decision and move forward and just keep going forward. And that's what I did. I just keep going and adding on more classes and more classes.
Any
Because
surprises?
I think when I quit my job, I was probably only doing 4 classes, and now I have more classes. I probably have 8 classes that I do regularly on a month.
So, what are all those classes? So
Okay.
that people won't miss them.
So I do a combination of classes. Some are kitted classes where you could actually get kits mailed to you. I do a lot of that. We had 100 shipments that went out last week, Thursday and Friday. I have 5 classes every month where we kit them up and you get card kits in the mail. And a card kit, when you open up the envelope, has everything you need to make the card. And it has the embellishments, the ribbon. You have to have your own stamps, your own inks, and your own adhesives to put the card together. And I do 5 of those every month. But then I also have classes where this is the fun one. You would love this one. So Angelique and other people for the last year have sent me a recipe. And I don't know what the card looks like. And it's called my Share, Create, Inspire. So somebody shares a recipe with me. I share the card that I make. And then hopefully between the two of us, we inspire people to make more of this layout. And she's got the name of it and the measurements. It's kind of a reverse mystery night. And then she's got the instructions. And we put the card together, or I put my card together during the class. And then at the end of class, I take the card out and kind of show everybody the card, right? And I don't know what I'm making before I make it. So that's good. Kind of like a reverse mystery night. And I think you kind of found me because I started doing my mystery nights.
I love your mystery nights.
Yeah. And mystery nights are where I give everybody a clue, and the clue 1 is all the measurements. And then the night of the card making class, everybody hopefully makes their card with me. And everybody ends up with different cards because it encourages people to use what they have at home versus buying more stuff.
Right. Well, your mystery night inspired us to do on Tuesday night. We have a follow-up show called In Review, which is kind of like I don't know. But one of the acts is the whodunit game. And I take a card from the current gallery and recreate it, doing it whatever I want to do with it. And then they have to guess, going back and forth to what I'm doing with what's in the gallery, which card I'm recreating or was my inspiration.
Oh, there you go.
Yes. So it's fun. It really is. It just adds a little more, I don't know what it adds, but it's
Crime pays.
Crime pays around here. That's right.
Hard grind.
And here's the mug to prove it. There's the whodunit mug.
yeah.
There I am, looking very, very evil and steely. So yeah, those are kind of fun. Those make for fun shows, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
I know.
Yeah.
Anytime I go over to your mystery night, there's always a bunch of people I know. It's like, it's fun.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I love it.
Oh, yes.
And that's a creative way to do it. I like that. So thanks for your inspiration.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Okay, I'm good with that. Now I just realized I need something for the inside here. It was like, oh, yeah, I got to have another inside. Oh, I know what I can do. Huh. Okay.
You got it?
I think so. I kind of tricked myself. I thought, oh, I'm almost done. And then I realized, wait, there's more.
You and Billy Mays. But wait, there's more.
Wait, there's more. Yep. 3 1/4 by
Buy
20.
now and you'll get 14 different things free.
So the crazy thing about this is that you go into the night not knowing what you're going to create, and you come out with a card that is amazing usually, right? So like you would not know to make a card like this until you had the parameters that you were given. Like,
right.
So it's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool concept.
And on top of that,
it's organic.
Everyone else who submits a card, their project is completely different from almost everyone else's.
Mm-hmm.
It really is.
The variation is incredible.
It really is.
Mm-hmm. It really is. It really is. I just realized
it's
that.
Very inspiring. And it's not that we go, oh, well, I really like how they did that. I'm going to change my style. It's, oh, I really like that. I can't really do that style, but I really like that one thing, and I can just appreciate it, or I can bring it into my own style for a while. It's just, it's nice. And we're not competing, and so feel free, jump in. We'd love that.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't have to be a patron or anything. You don't have to be a patron or use any kind of particular products,
exactly.
Any style, it's just what you want to do.
You don't have to have an account to submit.
It's real easy.
Exactly. That is exactly it. You need people to have the easy button. Otherwise, it gets overwhelming. It really does.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially this day and age when everybody's bombarded with this and that and everything in the middle.
Boy, yeah.
Okay, so you got to tell me another question because I feel like there's more coming. Oops, there we go. Where are the swatches on this?
Well, speaking of Christine's Mystery Night, Irene Smith, who I like to call Hat Trick, she says, what inspired you to start that mystery event, that monthly mystery event? And what's the most challenging part about designing each mystery card? Because that's tricky.
So what inspired it actually was when the world shut down and people were looking for ideas to get engagement and people together. Stampin' Up! Actually asked for ideas from other demonstrators on what people could do to keep people engaged. And one of the things that came out of that, and I just happened to see it, somebody said that she does a mystery card night. And I don't remember exactly who it was at this point. But they said they do a mystery card night. And she kind of explained how she does it. And that is what inspired me to do it the way I do it. Like, I don't do mine the exact same way she does. There are lots of different ways that you can do mystery card night. And I do it where I give a clue ahead of time with the measurements. And then we make the card together. And I give everybody a week pretty much to get their cards made up. And then I give away prizes for one prize for every 20 people that submit cards. So the old stamps that Stampin' Up! Used to sell were not cling stamps. And so you guys are seeing, they're not sticking to my block. So it keeps falling down. And it's a good thing it's random splotches because it's all okay. So that's kind of how it started. So that was something that was suggested by Stampin' Up! Demonstrator back in April or May of 2020. And I think I did my first mystery night right around Memorial Day of 2020. And I never was going to do another one again. It was so stressful for me that I said, nope, I'm good. And my cousin Kelly, who helps me with my marketing stuff, she's like, you need to do that every month. Like, that's amazing. Like, Kelly, I don't have the bandwidth. I mean, I had a full-time job. I'm like, I don't have the bandwidth to do more at that point. And she's like, I'll help you. I'll write clue 1 and I'll have all the clues ready for you that all you have to do is do the live. I'm like, and she's like, I'll even help pick get the winners listed. She just helped me, right? That was when I was working full-time. And she did. She helped me do that for about 2 years until I quit my job. And
she's still doing lives for you and things, right?
She does. She does my paper pumpkin class once a month for sure. If I travel and I need to leave, like when I went to Norway or Ireland, she did my mystery card night for me then as well. So she does. She fills in where I need help for doing classes. Absolutely. My bow is upside down. So yes. What is difficult about it? Well, one of the things that's really difficult for people is when I do a card making class, when you watch me live doing my YouTube lives, I always have the card in front, like right here. So everybody can see what they're making. Yeah. And what's hard for people with this mystery night is they can't see the card finished. It's like a mystery, right? So you don't know what you're making until hopefully your card is done. And that's what's hard for people to see the foresight of what you're doing and following step by step until you actually have it done. So I used to not use real cardstock when I was doing these classes. I would use copy paper because I wasn't trying to make the card. I didn't want people to be seeing it beforehand. And so about 6 months ago, I started cutting up cardstock and designer series paper. And so now I end up with like half finished cards. Like this was a mystery card layout. I had people put this card together, right? Yeah. So I actually pulled designer paper and I put it together to a point where the end is now you guys need to finish your front part. What do you want to do on the front? Do you want to add more stuff? Where do you put the ribbon? But this was a mystery card layout. So teaching people how to do fun fold like this.
Yeah, I like it.
But so now I sit here with like unfinished cards because I don't get time to go back and finish them.
Right. Well, you can have somebody come over and just hand them some stuff and say, here, finish it.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm almost getting there. You look like you're done, aren't you?
Well, I'm just puttering around. I'm good.
Okay. Well, I got my postcard because I got postcards stamped on the postcard, and he's holding a postcard. For the globe, I've got my circle sphere globe here that he got die cut out of. I added splotches here, and when you open up the card, I've got splotches on the inside. And I need to stamp happy birthday yet on here, so hang on.
Don't you think that there's been a lot of, just funny ways that people have redone fancy folds? It used to be kind of just a few that we had, and now it's like, oh, let's stick another panel here and make another little card and put it on here. And I think it's so much fun. Do you have a name for that, or does that have a name or not?
This fold, I have no idea.
Yeah.
Somebody watching might be able to know, but like this folds in like this, that folds down. That is another spot to put a message. And then this ribbon ties around. But I realized that the sentiment that I put on the inside says just a little note to say. And then there's nothing. So I'm like, shoot, I got to go find a happy birthday really quick.
Cards that make sense? Not here, not always, not always. Not at all.
Sense not included?
Sense not included. That's exactly right.
Some assembly required?
All right, I grabbed the first thing I could find that said happy birthday. Oh, but it's not going to work. It's too big. Oh, man. Yep. Nope, not going to work. Hang on one moment, please.
Heck. This paper is separating. That's the weirdest. Did I not? Yeah, it's separated. Maybe, no, it didn't separate. I had 2 sheets. Well, look at there. I had 2 sheets. That's why it was separating. Well, that's fine. Never said I was smart. Just intrepid.
There. We have birthday wishes.
That's hilarious. I didn't realize I had 2 of these. It's thin paper. Funny.
Okay.
Get
I got my
wondering.
birthday wishes in there.
You are
Tie it
good,
right
yeah.
back up.
I can put. Are you still using a lot of Stella? I
Yeah.
think I will
Gotta
right
use
now.
Stella on every card. Stella is a girl. Now, I don't know what I would Stella on here, but I guess I could Stella the designer series paper. Stella is always a girl's best friend.
Are you both Stellaing?
Got to add a little bit
Yes,
of a
we
dabble.
are. We're Stella-ing together here.
You're
Oh, yeah, look at that.
synchronized Stellaing.
Yes. without the swim hats on.
Mm-hmm. Let's see here.
Just
I've
do
got
that.
May or may not be in the Paris Olympics.
right.
Craft Olympics. Craft Olympics.
Yeah, there you
If I
go.
had some-
You should do some, like, create a crafting Olympics somehow. I have no idea what it would entail, but you could have a crafting Olympics.
Might be our next special event. We'll see.
Oh,
A special event, yes.
We had a
Craft
heck of a
Olympics.
special event on World Card Making Day.
Mm-hmm.
It was quite the thing.
So, speaking of which, I was chosen after I filled out an application. I was chosen by Stampin' Up! To receive the Statement of the Heart Award from Stampin' Up! For my event that I'm doing on World Card Making Day next year, October 5th. And the proceeds for my card making benefit are going to benefit the Wounded Warrior Project.
That's a good
And
group.
Stampin' Up! Will match up to $10,000.
Awesome.
So that my goal is to raise $20,000 to send to the Wounded Warrior Project to help support our veterans. And I will have a
Awesome.
representative, I think Sarah Douglas, out here for Friday, Saturday, Sunday for the event. And my goal is to, it was a little aggressive. We had 80 for this last one, and we raised $3,500 for the benefit, I believe, for this one that we just had October
really
7th.
good.
And my goal for next year is 10,000 and to have 250 people that do the event. So I kind of like stepped it up a little bit. So I have the event already on my
That's
website.
so cool. That's
If
so
anybody's
cool.
looking for information, like my website is on the screen somewhere, I think, with
Yes.
at
Yeah.
some point you can like cardsbycrispy.com. Just go to October 5th of next year if anybody wants to help support the benefit for next year. So yeah.
Good for you. That's really
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
And good for
Yeah.
Stampin' Up.
Mm-hmm. So it was very cool because they announced it to us on the 11th of November this year, which was Veterans Day.
Aha. Play into each other nicely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, good.
So-
Well, I've got one last question for you.
Okay.
Sue Small Crider, who made her first process video this week of using a Craft Roulette card. She makes remarkable cards. Talk about fancy folds. This girl takes it to a level I don't even understand. I just look at them and go, I don't know. I don't even want to think about it. I can't figure it out. I just am going to enjoy it. But she asks a funny question. She says, have you ever tried to fix up your crafty friends on a blind date, but not with another fella or girl, but with a new stamp set or technique that you think they would love, but would never try on their own?
Wow.
Yeah, that's a big question. Like, do you ever see a stamp set or paper set that you go, this person will like it? Naughty Nancy would like it, or something like
Well,
that.
like I
And
think
then-
of like Bonnie Lesbrun's on my team. She loves Herbie Love Bugs and anything VW, and they had a set with that in the past. And anytime Stampin' Up! Has a set with Herbie Love Bugs, and I love Herbie Love Bugs. Like I'm like Bonnie here. Like this is all like this is for you. You need this. Yes. So if, like you look at it in that sense, yeah, definitely. There are certain things that I know about other crafters in my life that I know that they'll like things, and I'm like, here, I definitely put them in front of them. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But
Yeah, so
like
you
how
do-
could you make that into a game show as well, you guys?
Yeah.
Right? Like
Blind
my head
date
started to
stamping.
Think, my
Well, we
head
kinda
started
do
to
that.
think, how can you do a game show like that? Like
Stamp
where
set
you
number
bring
3.
Yes. You guys are getting so many ideas here.
Stamp set. And you could ask questions. Stamp set, do you like flowers?
Yes. Yep.
No, I hate
you
flowers.
could be like, yep. And
Are
then
you
give
abstract?
them, yeah. Like that would be like a great in-person thing too, where if you have like, do you like flowers or do you like this? Okay, well, you get this stamp set. And the other person then gets the, like somehow like picking and choosing different things, elements that you have.
Well, you want to talk about not having enough hours in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think we hit that. I'm going to go over my card and make sure that I hit all the parameters so that I don't get busted by you-know-who. Let's see, I had to include a postcard. I think this looks very postcardish, and with the little split and the stamp thing at the top. Floral shop, I just added some flowers, so I think that's covered. And then I have a lot of dirt colors. Globe, I have a snow globe, and that was, a snow globe, and that was it. And my abstract blobs are all of these little smudgies that have no particular shape, and they're smudge blobs. And that's how I did episode 193. And it's not even silly. Deputy Heidi says I am free to submit. Roam around the cabin. The captain has taken the seating sign, no smoking sign. And let's see how you got. Did you get it all in?
I think so. I kind of didn't know I was going to do this until I ran up to my craft room and got some stuff. Like I knew I wanted to do. So I thought of the postcard pals. So he's holding a postcard. And I knew I would cut him out with a circle because we talked about a globe can be a circle. So got that. I've got my abstract splotches. And then when you open it up, then I've got more splotches, more abstract splotches. And then when you open it up, I've got the word, I think there's a postcard in here. It says, Whoa.
Yeah.
It's a background stamp with lots of stamps. Man, I thought it's like, where's Waldo? It's like Finding Waldo. Could have sworn there's a post. Oh, you know what happened?
You cut it off?
Yeah. So the stamp right here says postcard, and right
It
here
looks like
it's
a bunch of postcards mixed together.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's lots of So we're
Oh, it
going
just says
with,
post.
I just didn't put all the card on there, and then I made
covered.
it into a fun fold, and just a little note to say birthday wishes and hope your day is filled with fun and lots of happy surprises. And then
Look
he's like,
at you.
yay!
Yeah, I didn't do the inside at all.
So, but
Yeah,
my
okay.
florist thing, right? So I added flowers on the side here, and then I have flowers going on here. So when I think of a florist shop, I see flowers.
Right.
So this is flower patterns on this paper, and then we've got a flower there.
And you have a lot of dirt color too.
Yes, dirt color going on. I went for the earth tones.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
we did it.
I guess if you have anything mail related on a card, it would be a postcard, right?
yeah,
Yes. Come to think of it.
so.
Yeah. Especially if I had written the parameter with 2 words. Post or posted. Posts card. Mm-hmm. There's one word I'm not sure. That does kind of sound like the thing, the postcard. But, oh well, we'll see how it turns out. We'll be okay. Mud pies or blobs, Susan Tremper. Very good. Well, we're going to let everybody find out how they can play and a little more information, and we'll come back to say goodnight to you. How's that sound?
Can I just say one more thing before we forget that you
Yes.
always give away one of my classes at the end, and I don't want to catch you at the very end that you could do a drawing for it when you do the drawing stuff.
Okay. All right. Thank you. That's always
Mhm.
great. Sounds good. We'll give it away. So let's go over and tell everybody how they can play, because those are pretty fun parameters once again. And you can play. It's free. This is our free content. And you can play. Just include a postcard, florist shop for your color palette, globe or globes, and abstract blobs, our favorite. Boy, we've had some people have not liked abstract blobs in the past, but I think it's great fun, and I want to see what you come up with it. So have those cards made and electronically submit them to craftroulette.live. There is a forum open until Sunday night at midnight. Then you have to be a patron if you want longer, but you get till Thursday night. So this is a busy time of the year, and that's an option that's always very pleasantly received. Here we got Christina Werner next week. She will be closing out before Christmas. On our Christmas week, we will be bringing in my twin sister, Mary Claus to read our family story, Santa's Long Pants. Biddy Penny will close out the year because that's her episode. And then we're going to start the year with a party. Yes, May Helms will be back. And her Vinny, she's the one that brought us the Vinny. And then after that, we get to bring back Wendy Cranford, who we haven't seen her in years. Isn't that funny that we've been on so long that I can say that? We want to see you every week, though. So make sure you hit that notification bell and set your reminders, too, on your phone. We'd love to have you join us. Tell your friends. There's our patrons. Remember, we do have an all-patron call tomorrow. The protocol basically is if you are new and you want to introduce yourself to us, we would love to meet you first. That will be who comes on the call first. So I will set up something on our patron blog, and so that you can tell me if you want to meet us. There is a limit of 100. We've never gotten close, but we've never had this many patrons, so we'll see how it goes. But you're all welcome to stop in, sit back, relax. It is so much fun to meet you people and get to know you at least a little bit, get voices and faces to your names. It's a special treat for me. I'm looking forward to it. We'll start up 12 o'clock Central Time, and we'll go a couple hours. I say a couple hours. We usually go 3. That's a lot. Go ahead and give us some Vinnies. I see Roberta is saying we need 100 more Vinnies, so we would love that. Do you think we can do it? And don't forget to go over to Christine's channel and join her too, because she's on all the time. She's seriously on all the time, and you'll enjoy the group there and all her beautiful cards. That's me. Oh, that's confetti. That means it's giveaway time. Yep, it's time to give away some wonderful stuff. Remember, our spin sponsors are the people that are the businesses that come along and say, hey, we'll let you give away some of our stuff, and we really appreciate you guys doing that. This month we have 4 great ones. We're also going to have a class from Christine.
We'll do that last.
We're going to do that last, and we'll also have a goodie bag to give away and a Krog, a Craft Roulette original giveaway, a handmade card with a itty bitty gift. This one goes anywhere in the world. As long as it has a post office, I guess. If you have an address, it can go out. And it's going to Karen Roberts. I do need to have you go to the craftroulette.live website and claim these prizes. Otherwise, I won't know where to send them or give them to you. For a goodie bag, this one needs to stay in the United States. It's terribly expensive to send them here. Nevertheless, outside the border. Oh, Judy! Congratulations. I did her card on In Review last week. Judy, you are really living it up. Did I send that card yet? I don't remember. For a Sweet November $40 gift certificate. I'm pretty sure it's $40. It may be $25, but I think it's $40. Which is remarkable. Ooh, we're all getting kind of giddy looking to see if we're going to win. Oh, Don Simpson. How nice. Congratulations. I know you're here often, so that's very fun. I'm real glad. Don sent me the most hilarious card, and she used the Craft Roulette stamp set, and it was so funny. It was like mad ad-libs. Well done. For a Waffle Flower gift certificate, $25 gift certificate, it's going to Corey M. I think Corey was new this week, wasn't Corey? I think so. Congratulations. Make sure you let me know. I don't know where to contact you. For a Bloom Daily Planner, I have mine. It's so cute. And it's got little stickers and all sorts. There's different sizes and different things. I'm looking forward to 2024 starting so I can use it. It won't be as full as Christine Bertram's. Not at all. Colleen B, congratulations. And make sure you contact me. I'll be happy to get you that information or whatever happens. They're all different. I have to figure it out each and every week. For Cherry purple onion design. Gift certificates are just fun. It's like Christmas early. Who's getting it? Oh, Betsy. Betsy is a Club Fun member. Congratulations, Betsy. I know you'll like that. I will get that information to you. And for a class. And I'll get your information to Christine. She'll get you fixed up. Whoever wins this. Does it need to be in the United States? Yes. I can see her. You can't see her. I can see her. Stacy Cobb, and she is in the United States. I'm pretty dang sure. So, all right. Well, congratulations all. That's very, very cool. I love giving away other people's stuff.
The claim prize form is open.
The claim prize form is open, so go for it. Get it done. I may not get to you right away. It may be Monday, but we'll get it to you. So, congratulations. Real glad for you all. And remember, if you send in a card this week, you'll be eligible for next week. So, it's a pretty good incentive, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I do. Well, ma'am, you did it again. You knocked it right out of the park with a very cool card.
A fun fold.
A fun fold. F-U-N-N.
An F-U-N-N fold.
That's exactly right. You've been around a while. You have learned how to spell fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep, and when I do my lives and I say fun, I'm like F-U-N-N.
It doesn't even look right if you just do it with one.
With one. It's more ends, right? It's more fun.
It is. It's what is that? Oh, or whatever. It's a math term. But it is more fun. Well, what do you... if nobody has ever been to any of your classes, what would you suggest first?
Just start watching. What people tell me is they learn so much just by watching my classes. One of the things that when I would just do in-person classes, if somebody asked a question on one side of the room, the other people on the other side of the room didn't hear it. So when I started doing my lives, my in-person people started to tell me that they learned so much just from watching me create and craft. Versus not seeing me. So they look like, I hear a lot of people say they have learned so much just by watching. And then if anybody ever gets to the point where they want to start taking card classes with me and having kits mailed to them, then that would be the next step. But just start watching. watching. People tell me it's the craziest thing. People tell me they binge watch me all the time. Like, I just found your channel and I just binge watched you all night. I fall asleep with you. And I'm like, that's so awesome.
It is fun. That is fun.
It's nice to be around positive people. And I try to bring happiness. My goals are happiness and fun for people to be happy. That's why we named ourselves. My team is the Be Happy Stampers. I just love for people to be happy. It's a goal of mine just to make sure people around me are happy. Right? Yeah. You can't make everybody happy all the time. I know that, but like I can still have a goal.
Yeah. You don't you don't wake up in the morning and say, "Well, I wonder how I can ruin somebody's day today."
No, not at all.
Unless they don't want to be happy.
Right.
And it's like,
and that's an internal thing. Like you can't
that's your
help
problem,
others be happy unless you're happy yourself.
Yeah.
Well, they could watch this show then if they want to ruin their day and they don't want to be happy.
Nuh-uh.
If they don't want to be happy, never mind.
Never mind.
It's getting just too much like Sulfur X. Well, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, crafters and craftettes, well, thank you so much for spending the evening with us. If you're watching the replay, please leave us a comment. Make sure you give us a video on the way out. Subscribe to our channel and Christine's channel. Mr. Producer, excellent job, except for that last bit. And then Chatterboxes, I look forward to reading your comments throughout the weekend. Christine, it was sure nice to spend the evening with you again.
It was a pleasure.
Let's plan a big one on the old nog. I think we deserved it. It's the end of the week. Let's march into the weekend with crafts on our brains. Y'all take care, stay safe, and we'll see you soon. Thank you.
Bye.
Nighty-night.